between the Canes and the Noles, once upon a time, barely noticed outside the state of Florida. But those battles in the 80s and the 90s put both programs on the national map, made both of them champions, and we are lucky to have another showdown between these two today. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on another team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Seminoles offense will get the first swing of the game. In a series that's been defined by close games, the last meeting was not that as the Canes blew them away.
And they jumped out all over the Noles early in that game. They kind of established that rhythm and swagger. And David, you know, when this team gets the swag and they start feeling themselves, it's ball game. It's over.
When they get it going and the talent they always have upper-end talent on their teams. It's just, can they meet that talent? Can they exceed it sometimes, occasionally? They were up for Florida State a year ago. Let's see if Florida State can return the favor.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Got a little space. Keeps it and gets the first down. Oh, he's got some space. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Going over the top. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Under fire. Catch in the middle, it's White. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Seminoles will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. So Miami's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him.
Turning it on! He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Yeah, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? Florida State was in the ACC. This was kind of an interconference battle every time they played, but no doubt, David, this game just holds so much more significance to both programs.
Both in the state of Florida. Florida State, Miami, the uniforms are so great, the lineage, the history of the players, so it does. It feels like this rivalry's been playing a lot longer than since 1950.
Nice complimentary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
Surging forward on the sneak.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
And the Hurricanes decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
They're dealing with a second and long. The give is to Williams. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a third down conversion to avoid punt. Sends it back in motion. Back to pass. It's Castellanos. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big third down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. The coverage team maintains its discipline, not much doing on that return. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking for a man, it's Castellanos. The sure hands, it's Pittman. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Seminoles come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the back. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Off play action. Might be looking to run. Plows through the defense. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
We've reached the break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. The Seminoles will punt it away on fourth down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Wants to throw. It's back. Complete in the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Rushes on him. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Canes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Motion from the wide receiver. Now the play fake. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Snagged in the middle. It's Marion. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Fires to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Canes! And they turn it into a defensive score. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Quick spin on the run. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. Up near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15.
Love the route there by the tight end and man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And I like changing things up. I like trying new things. Handing it to the tight end, that's something you don't see very often. A little creativity. Now, it was negativity in the end, but I like the creative thought process of trying to get somebody else the football.
And the Knowles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
So now it's 2nd and long. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
That's really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Lead is still in double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run play action. Grabbed over the middle. It's Pittman. There he goes. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Grabbed in the middle. It's Pittman. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. To the air, it's Castellanos. They've got the screen set up. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Seminoles!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. That drive covers 62 yards for the touchdown. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out fast. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The Hurricanes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. Got it in the middle. It's Fletcher. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Looking to throw, it's Beck. Oh, they're after him. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Knowles and Canes. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move-the-chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Miami and Florida State plays out.
Just about set to get this second half underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Looking to throw, it's Beck. Throws to the tight end. With the catch, it's Bauman. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a 3-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Off the play fake. Finds the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Canes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. At the 35, he's loose. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards, too. Nice execution by this offense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd knows when to bring it. The play action fake. Looking to the big tight end. Caught over the middle. It's Bauman. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up. And they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. To the air, it's Beck. Trying to find the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Hurricane! That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. He'll keep it himself. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Seminoles have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Looking left. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the 1st down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play. Some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and it's just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. And you saw that linebacker do it.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. That's reeled in. It's White. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
The Seminoles come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Gonna look downfield again. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
And the Seminoles will line up to punt it away. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Brown has it. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Trying play action. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the Dome. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Catch in the middle. It's Marion. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
This receiver is such a weapon. He has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
And the Canes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quick release on the RPO. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
And the Hurricanes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's back. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Got room at the 35. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Now the play fake. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical third down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
And the Canes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good, and that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
They'll run play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Scanning the field, it's Castellanos. Fires to the wideout. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down.
And, man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
On 4th down, going to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He'll try to pop the draw. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the 4th quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Dropping back, it's Beck. Trying to barrel in. And he he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. They want to throw it. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. And it's no good. After the missed field goal, this lead's still sitting at 13.
That's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense breaks into the open. Smashes ahead. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Williams. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Throws to the tight end. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Miami! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that just might do it, man. Offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the 4th.
That makes the score Miami 27, Florida State 7.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Lost a throw on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle. And receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. Makes the catch. It's Robinson.
This offense is going to have to get more aggressive. Like, they can't take many more shots short down the field and not getting gains. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They've got to take some shots, work the middle of the field, but make some big plays down a couple possessions.
The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Got him, and nobody's close. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Looking to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. They found a way to get him the rock, but he has stopped short, and it'll be 4th down.
4th and goal now in the 4th quarter, down a couple of scores. This ball needs to go to your best player on offense. Who's your best playmaker, be it a receiver, tight end, running back, that can win in space and get you this touchdown?
Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Going for 6. Touchdown, Florida State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Splits the uprights. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they were able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Past the 30. At the 20, he's got space. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
I love the work the offensive line does on that play. They created a huge hole for the ball carrier, and he's a guy, if you get him in the second level, he can take it the distance. Nice job up front.
And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Canes! The Hurricanes continue to gain strength, and they have built a lead on the Noles.
I think that speed from Miami is really starting to show itself here in the football game, and it just doesn't look like Florida State at this point, David, can keep up with all of that athleticism.
Their speed and swag, they got it going now. They got the confidence going, and when Miami gets the confidence going, it is tough to beat. Florida State's going to have to make something happen and make it happen fast.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone.
Number 45 set to kick this one away.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Looking to pass. It's Castellanos. Got it set up on the outside. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
Punt is on its way. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. A rivalry defined by wide rights, wide lefts, mascot arrest went right down the middle, and a well-earned victory for the Miami Hurricanes. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.